Hello, everyone. Just double checking I'm live. Come on, phone. There we go. Come on, Mike. You working? There we go. Fantastic. Okay. Sorry for the delay there. So for whatever reason, it said I wasn't going live, but I could see on my phone it was live, and it's fine. It's all good. We're live now. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today as we dive into the Microsoft subject series. Today, we're going to be having a look at technologies. I've got two fantastic websites for you today to have a look at and explore. I hope that everybody's had a nice weekend and that you're ready, kind of jumping back into it again this week. And hope today was a kind of a wee bit quieter than an overexcited bold day. So, what we're going to do today? Well, we're going to be having a look at the Digital Futures program. There's loads of different things in there to support the technologies E's and O's. And then we're going to have a look at the Microsoft coding program. So we've got things like Microsoft Make Code, and we've also got Make Code Arcade. And then I'm going to show you the Microbit Classroom as well. So before we begin, same as always, I'm going to forget, so I'm going to stick it up now before I forget. We have here our survey for the end of the session. If you've enjoyed today's session, please do type in bit.ly/tas-tech365 and just let us know that you've enjoyed today's session. We really appreciate all the feedback going forward. There's been some fantastic bits of feedback so far, and it's clear that everybody is having a great time. So without further ado, let's jump into today's session and kind of get going. So I'm just going to start swapping the screens around and presenting my screen. So let's go for present, share screen, and the volume on the phone. There we go. And entire screen. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. So you should now be able to see my screen. Just double checking that. Yes, you can. Okay, great. So here we have the Explore the Digital Futures program website. Now, Explore the Digital Futures program, we have covered it here at TA Scotland a good 2 or 3 times now. So if you are wanting kind of more in-depth information, then please do go and have a look. We covered this with Education Scotland last year, and we had guests on. We interviewed people who were actually to do with these subjects, so people who were looking at AI and Internet of Things and big data. And yeah, we kind of just discovered these topics all together. So please do go and have a look at those. They're maybe about 40 minutes to an hour each. And it just kind of gives you an overview of the program and runs into the different lessons that you could do. But today we're going to be having a look at just kind of a quick overview of those lessons and how the program works. So to find Explore the Digital Futures program, all I did was I typed in Explore the Digital Futures, Microsoft, and it came up there. So as we come up at the top here, we have all of our different modules that we can take part in. So we've got, I'll scroll down just to show you. We've got Discover the Tech Industry, we've got Coding, AI, Internet of Things, and Big Data. To move around the website, as I said up at the top, you've got here all of the headers for you to click on. So if I go to Discover, first of all, I'll show you them all, don't worry. So in here, what's nice as well, you've got the immersive reader. So if you do need to have anything on the screen read out to you, then you can do that. Absolutely no problem at all. So we've got our 3 different lessons for us. So we've got Discover the Future of Tech, Discover Diversity and Inclusivity, and also Discover Today's Technology as well. Once you complete all 3 of these sections, you will gain access to a certificate, and you can download that certificate. And I really like the certificate because you can edit it and put in your own name. I just think that's such a nice wee touch here. And then you can export that, download it, stick it on Teams, stick it as your email signature, whatever you like to do. Share it on Twitter, share it elsewhere. So this is the certificate for you or your students. And you've got each of your lessons here. So I'll just show you. So all I did was come down, and we've got the first lesson here, Discover the Future of Technology. We've got our 4 outcomes here that we're wanting to cover. We've then also got a lesson kind of timing as well. We've got our structure. On the right-hand side, you have your different downloads. So we've got our educator guide and then our student slides as well. So I'm going to first click on the educator guide. And here you will see we've got a PDF that has everything that you're going to need for this lesson. So for example, we've got our big questions to use at the start. When do you not use technology? For example, going for a walk, eating in a restaurant, drawing a picture. Although, I mean, you could argue that going for a walk, maybe you're using your big maps, eating at a restaurant, QR code scanning for the menu these days, drawing a picture, maybe you are using your phone camera to scan that and save it, a digital copy. But typically, these are times that you don't use technology. And then here, we've got challenging these assumptions. So similar to kind of what we were just saying there, going for a walk where you've got the new fibers using your shoes to make them more comfortable, navigation apps on the phone, step counting on stopwatches, these kind of things. So as we said, we just did this bit together. So we've got everything that you need for this lesson in here, including videos, questions, and then down at the very bottom, you've then got supplementary learning as well. So if you are wanting to find out a bit more about the Build a Lemon battery and switch, we are going to cover that tomorrow for tomorrow's session. So keep an eye out for that. Then you can get the link in from down here. We've got Bite Size, we've got Khan Academy, code.org, and then we've got PBS here for the crash course in computer science. So we've got some extra learning for you in there. So these are the teacher slides. We then also have the student slides. So as a student, you can go through this session with your teacher as well. So you could stick this up on, as a teacher, you could stick it up on Teams for your students, share it out with them that way, or stick it on OneNote for them, and then they can follow along with everything that you're doing. So it's just like a kind of visual for them, and some place that they can maybe take notes and write over the slides for themselves as well. So we've got everything in there that you could ever possibly need for this website. But we don't have any links to the curriculum. So what do? We come over to curriculum, and there we go. We've got the Scottish curriculum, and we have our 3rd and 4th level links into the Curriculum for Excellence. Now, if this isn't enough for you, you can download the full curriculum guide. And in here, this is where I was last using it, so I'm just going to scroll back to the top. In here, we have the total program, Explore the Digital Futures. We have everything linked to the Curriculum for Excellence. So we were using Discover the Future of Tech there, and there we have all of the E's and O's that are covered. Okay, so this is everything you could ever possibly need for your lessons, linking in to Discover the Digital Futures. Sorry, somebody messaged it. So we've covered the first lesson there. As we said, you come down, you've got your 2nd lesson, 3rd lesson, and your certificate. Now we also have coding. So as we come through here, we've got Explore Coding, Practice Coding, and Apply Coding. These are our 3 lessons for this one. And then we've got our certificate, and the exact same applies. We've got our outcomes that we're going to cover in this topic. We've got our questions, all our timings, our educator guides, our student slides, and then links to the curriculum as well. And as we scroll down, sorry, for the educator slides, down to the bottom, we've got our supplementary learning as well. So everything you could ever need to know about coding. So computing with Minecraft, we will have a wee look at something like that later on as well. So there we have coding, and more places for you to apply your coding. We've then got AI, which is a very hot topic just now. I saw that ChatGPT 4 is being released next week. So I've heard. So the internet is saying, so keep an eye out for that one. That's kind of hot news for you there. So we've got exploring AI, practicing AI, and applying AI as well. Again, educator slides, student slides, all the way down for our 3 different lessons. And then we've got applying that as well. So, and the certificate. Internet of Things, I'm just going to show you them all. The exact same, explore the Internet of Things, practice and apply. We've got all of our lessons there. We've got all of the outcomes that we're going to cover all the way down. everything that you could possibly need to know. And the last one is big data. So again, 3 different areas for you to study and use: educator guide, student slides, links to the Scottish curriculum, and your lessons in there. Okay, so that is Explore the Digital Futures. Please do go back and have a look on the TA Scotland website. There's maybe 7 hours, 6-7 hours worth of stuff for you on there to have a look through as we explore each of those and kind of go into a wee bit more depth with some kind of big interviews with people there. So please do go and have a look at that. But that is the Explore the Digital Futures program. Moving on. So that is what we're on, 11 minutes. Perfect. Great timing. Okay, so Microsoft MakeCode. So you might have heard about MakeCode before. MakeCode is a fantastic place for you to start to explore your block coding and to develop your coding skills. So the microbit one is, I would say, the most easiest one to kind of get into and have a wee look at. We do also have Minecraft as well, so you can start coding outside of Minecraft for Minecraft, essentially. And then we also have MakeCode Arcade, and we're going to cover that one as well today. There's a couple other wee bits in here, but so we don't run out of time, I'm going to show you Minecraft first. So when I click in here, this is the layout. It's going to be the exact same for MakeCode Arcade. It's going to be the exact same for MakeCode. But I've got there we go. We've got a project that I've already created. You've got loads and loads of different coding lessons for your students to take part in here. So you can create a billboard, fast forward, super digger, flower trail, these kind of things. I'm going to click on Chicken Rain to start with. And when I click on that first lesson, it asks me, I've not needed to sign in or anything. It asks me if I want to start with block coding, which is the easiest one. Definitely, if you've got no experience with coding at all, start with block coding. You can then jump into Python, maybe a couple of years down the line once you get used to using block coding. There's Python in there, and then we also have JavaScript as well for you to code using. I'm going to open up both block coding, okay, to show you, and then I'll show you the JavaScript one as well, just to kind of show you what those both look like. So here we have our blocks that we're wanting to code, and all you need to do is follow the instructions on the left-hand side. So put an on-chat command and rename it chicken. Okay, so here we've got our on-chat command, and we're going to call it chicken. Okay, so once you've done that, we can just hit next. And now we can follow all of those instructions, and it's going to create that code for us to later on use in Minecraft. So I'm going to close that one down just now, and I'm going to show you this is what it looks like for JavaScript. So it's a little bit more difficult because you actually have to use your words. It's not just pulling in the text. So let's spawn a chicken directly above the player's head. So here we have the actual text in here. So we'd have to actually type that in. So for example, mobs. And then we've got spawn. Let's change that to spawn as it's exactly there. And then chicken. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I actually have to type in the code. I'm going to delete that because none of that's going to be right. So you can kind of play around with the code there, and yeah, you just hit next and kind of test everything from that way. So that is using Microsoft MakeCode for Minecraft. We then have MakeCode for Microbit. I know we're running out of time, so we're going to be quick. And it's exactly the same. All we need to do is click on any of these tutorials here. The name tag is a particularly easy one to start with, and so is flashing heart. We've got video lessons if you need it. And here we go. Let's go for block coding. And from there, I'm going to hit OK. We can follow the instructions up at the top, and you get your own microbit on the left-hand side. So I could hit, so it says place show string in forever. So show string on forever in the forever block to repeat it. So it's going to be in repeat. Change the text to your name. So Niall. And we hit next. Look at the simulator to make sure it shows your name on the screen. Great. If you want to make it full screen, you can do just by clicking on the full screen button. And here we've got a full-sized microbit for us to play around with. Hit next. Place more show string blocks to create a story. So you can add a little bit more in here. So at the moment it says Niall hello. I can hit play, and it's going to show Niall, then hello, then back to Niall, and back to hello. Okay. Then all you have to do to download it for your microbit is hit download, and it's going to download that code directly to your plugged-in microbit. Once you hit finish, you do have access to all the code, so you can play around and make your own things on there. So that is MakeCode for the microbits. It's really simple and easy. Follow the instructions, and you'll be good to go. The next one is MakeCode Arcade. just close that one down. So there's Make Code Arcade. Now, if Make Code for the microbits is kind of aimed at microbits, Minecraft is for the Minecraft coding. Make Code Arcade is for making games, which is really cool. So here we've got different games that you can complete and you can play. So for example, we've got loads of games down here. We've got platform jumping, delivery games. You can create your own. There's a Raptor Run one. I'm going to click on, let's go for an easy game to start with. Let's go for Monster Truck Racer. So here we've got our different game that we're going to play. It's going to show us how to create Monster Truck Racer. Let's start to create a racing game. Okay. So here we have our game. It's going to start to give us the instructions on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side down in the corner, you can play the game. Now, if you choose to go, oh, where's the one that was playing earlier? Oh, there we go. We've got the videos down at the bottom. So if you need any help, then these videos are particularly useful. So if you're wanting to make a platforming game, then you can follow this instructions here. Other than that, all you need to do is click on the different games that are here, and you can start to create your own ones through block coding. Just follow the instructions every single time, and you will be good to go. Now, before we go, it's 17 minutes past. I'm going to show you just Microsoft. What am I going for? I'm going for Microbit Classroom. Okay, Microbit Classroom. And from here, this is where you can send out codes to all of your students. So we give our classroom a name. So I'm just calling it an IELTS test. Okay, we're going to use make code. So this is going to be the block coding essentially. And use temporary storage is great because if you lose your internet, it just kind of saves within the cache of the browser that you're on. From there, we can go to dashboard. It gives us a join code for our students, so they can take part in the lesson, and you will then be able to download a Word document and see all of their text and all of their code that they have been building. So for example, if I went into the editor, I can put together a very quick, let's go for basic, let's pull in some LEDs, bam, 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 bam. Okay, just put together a very quick bit of code. You can make this as extravagant as you like. Share your code with students. So once your students have signed in using the dashboard up at the top, and they just put in the password, you can ping that code out to your students, and they will all have the exact same bit of code there. So for example, we could get rid of this show LEDs and put basic and show string, the exact same as we did for the name tag, but they can all do the exact same thing at once, and you as the teacher then have access to that. You can save their code as a Word document, and you've got that evidence of learning. 19 minutes past. Perfect. Okay, so today we were just kind of really showing you the basics of things to get started. Go and have a look at these different places. So we've got Explore the Digital Futures website, fantastic for all of your technologies lessons. We've then got Microbit Classroom, and we have, if I go back, Make Code, Microsoft Make Code, where we've got Microbits, Minecraft, and Make Code Arcade. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen there just now, and I'm going to pull the stream up to the top. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. There was a lot to cover today, so I really do appreciate everybody joining in today's session. If you've not already, please do type in this bit.ly code. It is in the comments for you. Yes, so it's also as a comment. There you go. So in there is our feedback form. It would be really appreciated if you could let us know about today's session. If you've taken away something new, or if we've shown you something you didn't previously use with your students, and you're going to go off and have a look now. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm just going to stick up the outro music. 20 minutes and 11 seconds. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.